Hey you guys! Welcome to our 6th discussion video. I feel like we're really getting a routine and it's so awesome, and I feel like we're living life together and talking about stuff every week and it's so cool. Thank you for everyone who joined in and joins in regularly, and everyone who reads it. Awesome! I'm going to do some business updates first. We attended on Saturday the Twin Cities Birth and Baby Expo. I was in the same room as people who are in the Twin Cities and are in our industry. So awesome! I met postpartum doulas, I met midwives, I met in-home chiropractors and acupuncturists and aromatherapists and birth photographers, people who care about the perinatal phase in the Twin Cities. It was so refreshing. Had a lot of good conversations, a lot of affirming conversations about people who think Marabou is a need. It made me realize that in the Twin Cities, at least, the perinatal support for women is really strong. So if you are in Minnesota and you're planning to grow your family in the next year or 2 years, I highly recommend this event. This year was their 10th annual, and so I think they go for the first Saturday in November every year. Maybe next year Marabou will have a booth. Come see us. We'll have a giant sign of a bird. Caw-caw! I don't know what sound a marabou makes. Our discussion question this week was, after the birth of your baby, did you have a postpartum doula? Tell us about your experience and what she did for your family and what kind of difference it made. Well, my answer was, no. I did not know postpartum doulas existed when I had my first baby, and I wish I would have. It would have made a huge difference. I really struggled my first postpartum, and I'm convinced that if I had had postpartum doula support, it would have been much easier and I would have been much healthier. I probably wouldn't have had mastitis at 6 weeks postpartum. I wouldn't have been struggling and exhausted. My house would have been cleaner. I would have been more chi, I think. But that experience has a silver lining for me where it helped me understand what postpartum can be like for women who don't have enough support. It led to Marabou. We only had one response for this week's discussion question. Oh my gosh, we're failing! Oh wait, this is why we're here. How great would it be if we asked this question in a year and got 100 responses instead of 1? Postpartum doula support is a rarity, and what if postpartum doula support became more mainstream because of what we're doing? That's why we're here. That's why it's a need. I'm thankful though that this one mom made some really good points. She has 4 children and she had a postpartum doula with her second. She recognized that having a postpartum doula makes a huge difference in your health, but that it's also not cheap. And many women can't afford it, or they simply don't budget for it, or it's just not in the cards. She was saying she made me tea, healthy snacks, lunch, held the newborn so she could give her 18-month-old some one-on-one quality time, folded, clean laundry, watched her toddler when she needed to nap with baby, dishes. She helped organize and keep the house tidy, held the baby for showers. She listened to her, cried with her, gave her sound advice that was non-judgmental. So from this list that she gave us, she did exactly what mom needed in the moments she needed it. It looks different for everybody. Some people will need more emotional support. Some people will just need help with their older children, or will just want a shower that lasts more than 3 minutes. And she ended her response with it was so helpful. If you have the means and the desire for a postpartum doula, I highly recommend it to any mom. So hopefully we can bring this more to the mainstream, and postpartum doula support is just a given for everybody. So now it's time for our giveaway. I wonder who it'll be. I wonder who it'll be. Oh, Candace, you won! This is also a military wife, so I love it. Candace, I will PM you with your options. So our next week's discussion is on celebrations. What kind of celebrations did you have before or after the birth of your baby? Did you have a baby shower, maybe a blessing way or a mother's blessing? And tell us about what it meant to you and what kind of significance it gave you. Here's my Christmas sweater because it's snowing today. I'm so dumb. I go through socks like crazy now because I get grody things on the bottom of my socks. Like, I think for Christmas, I'm going to ask for socks. Because today I had nice socks on. But I was like, oh, look. Crusty millet on the bottom of my sock. It's take that off. It's probably the last thing you want to hear about right now. I'm so sorry.